the LG's G5 didn't really get all the positive reviews the company expected, since the audience didn't really like its half-baked modular system. This year, the LG decided to play it safe with a brand new G6 model. The MWC coverage is brought to you in collaboration with Steven from TechMagnet, so make sure to check his channel out. My name is Linus. I spent a little bit of time with the LG G6 at MWC Barcelona, and here are my first impressions. First of all, the design has changed quite dramatically. We don't have that metal coated with primer that feels like plastic like on the G5. Instead, the phone uses a nice combo of metal and a sheet of Gorilla Glass 5 on the back. The phone looks really nice if you are okay with fingerprints and smudges that are mostly visible on the black model. The phone just feels great in the hand, and it feels expensive like a true flagship is supposed to feel. One of the key highlights is the 5.7 inches 2K full vision display with very thin bezels on each side that make this phone one of the most compact phablets around. The IPS LCD display that is covered with a Gorilla Glass 3, not the Gorilla Glass 5, is just gorgeous to look at. It uses the cinema-like 18:9 aspect ratio, it is HDR10 compliant, and finally, the phone has 80% screen-to-body ratio. Another key feature is a dual camera setup. We have the main 13-megapixel shooter that has f1.8 aperture lens and optical image stabilization. Also, there is another 13-megapixel shooter that has super wide angle 125-degree lens that have f2.4 aperture. What impressed me most is that transition between two cameras is almost seamless. Also, it's just amazing how much you can fit into the frame of your shot. Another cool feature is that the LG G6 is now water and dust resistant thanks to the IP68 rating. Also, it has a military 810G standard, meaning that the phone can survive accidental drops. The key specs include the Snapdragon 821 chip, 4GB of RAM, 32 or 64GB storage options with a microSD card slot, and finally there is a 3300 mAh battery. Well, these are flagship-grade specifications that assure a great all-around performance, but obviously all the geeks out there will say that LG should have used the Snapdragon 835 chip and at least 6GB of RAM. Well, that would have been nice, but I'm okay with the specs the LG G6 has. The phone ships with the LG UX 6.0 UI, which is built on top of Android 6.0. It is LG's own take of Android, and you may love it or hate it. My first impressions are positive, even though I don't like the fact that there is no app tray and that most of the settings menus are scattered in different places in comparison to stock Android. Still, there are a lot of features, customization options, and the phone seems to be running smoothly. Finally, the price. We are expecting a March 9th LG G6 release date for the South Korean market, with Europe and the US following suit in early April. According to LG, the G6 will have a similar price to the LG G5, so that means it's likely coming in at 500 or 600. However, we still wait for official price confirmation. All in all, the LG G6 is a great smartphone. Well, at least these are my first impressions. It has a great design, great specs, and a very compelling dual camera setup on the back. If you want to find out if it is a truly great phone, make sure to subscribe to the TechLineHD for a full review and follow TechLineHD on social media for the latest updates. It was Linus, and see you in the next video soon.